Hey, Evan from Midway Nissan here. Just wanted to give you a quick walk around of a 2023 Nissan Rogue S all-wheel drive. The Nissan Rogue S all-wheel drive is actually the entry-level model with all-wheel drive. Coming standard in this, you do have, of course, your LED headlights, daytime running lights, as well as high beams, aluminum alloy wheels. You also do have forward emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring as well. Built into the Nissan emblem, you'll see it does have the white surround, much like the key, which is, these keys are new for 2023. At the top of the windshield, you'll see there's also a little bit of a triangle there. That's actually where the camera is to detect where you are within your lane. So if you drift in or out of your lane, it will alert you to that. Same thing if you're driving along and you get close to somebody in front of you, it will first alert you. And if it detects there's nothing to do but hit the brakes, it will automatically do that to prevent a collision. The vehicle does come with aluminum alloy wheels, like I mentioned, with disc brakes all the way around within. All the rear glass is tinted from the factory, and you do in this entry-level model still have the LED side indicators built in. Much like for the front, in the rear of the vehicle, you do have parking sensors to detect how far away you are from anything, and if you get very close, it will automatically apply the brakes to prevent a collision. Coming around to the rear, of course, you do have your backup camera. Cargo cover comes as standard, and this is also retractable, so in the case you wanted to tuck it in each side there, that way it prevents anybody from looking and seeing what you have inside your trunk. All the vehicles do come with the carpeted floor mats, and then underneath this cover you do have your spare tire, all your jack and accessories. Built into the trunk, you do have the 4 tie-down points, so in each corner you do have metal hooks in the case you wanted to use bungee cords or straps to hold anything down while you're driving. Something interesting about the Rogue that they've done for the past couple model years is that a huge focus on sound isolation and making the vehicles more refined. We do now use acoustic glass in the windshield, as well as using extra sound deadening compared to years past into all the doors. Rear doors on the Rogue now open up to about 85 degrees. So in the case you ever had somebody a bit harder of mobility, or pets climbing in and out of your vehicle, or even like a child seat there, it does help quite a bit to help climb in and out. Back of the center console, you do have heating and cooling vents, as well as coming up from the floor. And on the topic of child seats, something interesting that the Nissan Rogue has is they've actually offset the center anchor point. The idea being you could either have a child seat, one on each side with an adult in the middle, or in the case you have one child seat, you can actually offset that child seat over a little bit. That way, if there's an adult sitting there, they would have extra room versus being squished up right against the seat. The rear seats do fold down in the case you need any extra space, and when you do, they fold just about flat in the Rogue model. Coming up front, this is where you see most of the changes, most of the interesting things. Even in the base model like this Rogue is, when you do have the manual seats, they still give you power lumbar. You of course do have power door locks, windows and mirrors. Push button start does come as standard. You do have blind spot monitoring as standard, lane departure warning, forward and rear emergency braking like I mentioned, rear cross traffic alert, dual zone temperature control to change the temperature independently on each side, heated steering wheel, heated seats up front, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, the digital shifter, electronic parking brake with brake hold. The vehicle also does have the terrain mode selector, so depending on the condition you wish to drive in, if you're driving in deep snow, if you're driving off-road, or if you want to save a little bit of fuel in eco mode, or drive with a little bit more of a sporty feel in sport mode. You have all those options there. You also do have the seatbelt indicator. So right now I'm not wearing my seatbelt, so it's indicating that nobody in the back is wearing their seatbelt, nor am I. You have the buttons to change your gauge cluster brightness down here. Something interesting Nissan's done, aside from them being LED, they are also automatic with automatic high beams, so it'll detect your distance and the level of light outside to determine whether or not it needs the headlights or the high beams on. The vehicle also has all your sound controls here built into the steering wheel as standard. And something interesting about all the safety features in the vehicle, really easy to turn on and off. So just going over to settings, you can disable or enable any of the settings you like. I know some people do like some of the safety systems, but not all of them. So you can tailor the vehicle to exactly the way you want to drive. Along with that, you do of course have your steering wheel adjustment, up, down, in and out. along with your paddle shifters to effectively take control of the gears. This vehicle is equipped with a CVT transmission, so you do not have fixed ratios, but this will emulate fixed ratios up to 8 different ones, which will give you an indicator on the screen. So if I put the vehicle even in drive, put it into manual mode, you can see right now, because we're not moving, it's not letting me shift, but you can see the 1 there, and that will go all the way up to 8 if you're driving along. Beyond that, anytime you change the headlights, you would have noticed it does change on the screen there, along with the wipers. Really convenient thing to have. That way, in the case you're ever adjusting your wipers, you don't need to look down at the stock, you can just look at the screen in front of you. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are also coming as standard on the 8-inch touchscreen. You do also have the butterfly opening center console here. A little bit of extra storage down below, perfect for a tablet or a small purse. And all the way around, these vehicles are very nice. You'll notice the seat trim, if you've seen the years past, is different for 2023. So it used to be the same pattern as the doors in the center of the seat. They've now switched to all black cloth all the way around, a little bit more plain of a look. You do, of course, have your sunglasses holder, and it'll show you whether or not your passenger airbag is on up there. The vehicle also, when you open the vanity mirror, you'll see the light does turn on automatically. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, don't ever hesitate to reach out. You can also find the brochure for the 2023 Nissan Rogue down in the video's description, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now.